Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So as usual, starting off with Euro USD, and we are in an area of very strong weekly support. If you switch to the weekly chart, you'll see basically 2019, then 2016, 2015, and as far back 2015, and you probably go back even further and see way back to 2003 was an area of support. So I'd be reluctant to be chasing shorts here, and the other thing that you do have is you've got diversions here. So you can see price making lower lows. Look at the diversions forming here. So if you look at it on the weekly, you definitely have some sort of a wedge forming. There it is there. So and that's a bullish wedge. So yeah, I think for me, if you start looking at the 8 hour, we definitely have bounced in that area fairly strongly. You can see looking like a bit of a triangle. We do have a higher low here as well with the diversions. Well, actually not diversions on the 8 hour, diversions on the weekly, but you can see we're forming a higher low at the moment. So what does that mean for us? I'd be reluctant to chase shorts just yet. And also we have inverse head and shoulders here. So you can see here is my right shoulder, here is my head, and here is my left shoulder. Neckline for that, just going to move this up, is right where we are at the moment. So we need to clear the zone. If we clear the zone, then I would expect us to at least hit that target there. And if you look at the left, you'll see quite a strong zone here of where we would be heading to. So yeah, my advice this morning is quite simple. Drop down to 15 minutes at the European Open. Wait for the pullback on structure, and remember the structure is going to be, it could be right where we are now or any one of these tails. So what we're looking for is, you can see yesterday we had pretty much most of the day was spent inside the moving averages, bouncing off the support here at 107.833. So now what you're looking for is anything onto any of these tails where you see price action. Price action you're looking for inside bars, engulfing bars, or pin bars off the structure, and that should give you the opportunity to move this to the upside. So yeah, pay attention to that. It does look like we are going to get a little bit of dollar weakness at the moment, even if it's just a pullback, just to reset the oscillators and pull back onto a trend line or onto a moving average. US dollar Japanese yen, you can see here that the dollar has got a massive engulfing bar forming at the moment. Same situation here. We are at weekly resistance at the moment. So these two levels that we looked at yesterday are still in play. Trend is still very much the upside. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves at the moment. But if you look at how we started today, we've got quite a few engulfing red bars. So we've broken through the first level support. This is the next area that we need to pay attention to. If this gives, then you've still got the moving average, sorry, the gap here from yesterday. Personally, I think Euro USD offers a little bit of a better setup than what US dollar Japanese yen does. Trend is still very strong the upside. We have gone parabolic, and we have broken the parabolic trend line, but I still think what we're looking for here is a lower high before jumping in on this for a potential reversal. So at the moment, this is just looking like a pullback onto structure for another move up, which is the way I would trade it. So if we bounced off 127.971, get some decent price action off there, very tight stop for another move up, but anticipating pretty much just a sort of a lower high forming. So in other words, just a short scalp and then start turning. But yeah, if you start shorting here, you're against the trend. So this one for me is really just sit and wait. British pound Japanese yen, pretty much the same scenario that's going on here. And you can see we have a massive engulfing bar here off a weekly level. So that is potentially a move, the start of a move to the downside. But if you look at all the higher time frames, you look at the weekly, we are in an upward trend. We've gone parabolic away from the moving averages. So you don't want to be going long here, but at the same time, I don't really want to be going short just yet, looking for some confirmation. So you can see we've broken through this structure here. Let's just put that in. And there is a structure there. So 1 hour bar is not finished yet. May still find some support there. But I suspect that this wedge, and I think I pointed it out to you yesterday, you've got, there's the top of the wedge there, and there's the bottom of the wedge there. And you can see how we broke the upside. And remember what I always say is when you do have a break of bullish structure in the opposite direction to what it should go, there's normally only a 25% probability that it's going to continue. So you can see it basically stretched up for the weekly levels, and then we started selling off. So at the moment, that is the situation that we have. We're back in what looking like a channel. We're going to need to break below it. So I would actually be sort of looking at the 15-minute potentially, and you can see there is a 15-minute there. Sort of a pullback for a high, so you're looking for an opportunity to either buy off the bottom of the structure, which is kind of what's forming at the moment, or alternatively wait for a better setup, which would be a break below the structure, a break and retest of the structure for a potential trend reversal. So a lot's going on in the forex markets at the moment. Me personally, because I'm looking at the hour, the trend is up. I'm very reluctant to go against the trend, not looking to be long with the oscillators like this, a group to the upside. I'd prefer to be long with the oscillators group to the downside, something like that. So that's kind of the setup that we're looking at the moment. So it's looking pretty volatile. I think I'll just wait and see what's going to transpire here. But it is really looking like a potential trend reversal there. Euro British pound, nothing really going on. We have got this weekly structure here, and we've sort of broke below it, and then we've come back to test it. So as I said yesterday, you're looking for shorts in this area. It did look like you had a play there off the 155, so you could see inside bar off there, but it hasn't really given you much. And the other thing to pay attention to at the moment is technically we have a bit of an uptrend forming. And looking at the oscillators, you can see now we have an engulfing bar at the opposite direction. I would probably argue that you have a potential move to the upside. This one is probably a London breakout strategy. So wait for the first 7 1-hour bars, draw top and bottom on either side of that range, and then you're looking for a move to the upside. If it breaks the top of the range, move the upside back into this zone. So first target area is 083078, and then second target area would be 083198. If we get a pullback from there and sort of come and find some support, either right where we are now, you can see this cluster of support here, that would give me a little bit more confidence that we have a potential move back the upside. This could really just be forming, or not forming, but just sticking to the range that we've been in for most of the year already. You can see up and down, up and down, up and down. So could be bottom of range at the moment. Just looking for a little bit more confirmation on the 8 hour at least. And at the moment on the 8 hour, you've got tails to the upside, tails to the downside. So bob wire, lots of confusion. So I think I'll just sit quietly on this one, wait for a little bit of better structure. So yeah, of all the forex pairs, Euro USD, nice inverse head and shoulders set up there, looking really interesting. That's probably the only one that I'll be watching this morning to see if we get that structure forming, and that'll give us the opportunity to buy into it. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.